In this world, nothing can be said to be certain, except death and taxes. That idiom, made famous by Benjamin Franklin, highlights the difficulty of life and the inevitability of death. And in David Mackenzie's neo-Western film Hell or High Water, both are on full display. First, the difficulty of life. The film, which takes place in West Texas, is about a divorced father and his ex-convict brother, who rob banks in order to save the family ranch from foreclosure, while also evading a seasoned sheriff nearing retirement. Director Mackenzie does a wonderful job of setting a tone for this film's brutally realistic world. There are little glimpses of poverty and decay scattered throughout the desert plains of West Texas. From the very first shot, we see graffiti lamenting the economic state of depression, and instantly, as the audience, we know the tone of this world. And later, as our characters drive down the desolate roads, we see quick shots of boarded up businesses, homes, and signs advertising debt relief and loans. Hints of poverty are even packed within the dialogue, putting a face on the suffering and needy. Screenwriter Taylor Sheridan was able to convey so much with so little, sometimes even a single line of dialogue, such as the waitress at the diner.
It's my tip, and half my mortgage. So you go out there and you get a warning, you come after the money that I will be using to keep a roof over my daughter's head.
And Toby's ex-wife.
Guess you'll be selling the ranch.
It's been put in a trust.
What's that mean?
Means no one can sell it.
Great. Something else I gotta take care of.
Showing how our main characters struggle to survive in this economic depressive landscape is vital to the story. It enables the audience to empathize with those we normally wouldn't. We can watch our main characters rob banks at gunpoint and root for them as they do it, because we've watched them suffer at the hands of the greedy banks that took advantage of their now deceased mother.
You know, they loaned the least they could, just enough to keep your mama poor on a guaranteed return. Thought they could swipe her land for $25,000. That's just so arrogant it makes my teeth hurt.
And with that, we've clearly defined our heroes of the story. Second, the inevitability of death. Hell or High Water is a battlefield for the ongoing war between the old and new, the past and the future. And Mackenzie displays this tension in a number of ways. We see it in Texas Ranger Marcus Hamilton. This is his last case before retirement, and he won't stop until he catches the robbers. His partner, Alberto Parker, comments on this.
I know what you're doing. You're trying to make this last as long as you can, because the longer it lasts, the farther you are from that front porch.
He can't stop. Stopping means retirement, and retirement lacks purpose. A job is where most find their worth in life, but the porch is just one step away from death. The land itself also serves to display the tension between the past and future. Texas Ranger Parker, who is half Native American, illustrates the passing of time perfectly through the property of land.
150 years ago, all this was my ancestors' land. Till the grandparents of these folks took it. And now it's been taken from them. Except it ain't no army doing it. It's those sons of bitches right there.
In the casino, another Native American tragically summarizes the painful death of their people's proud culture while talking to Tanner.
Lords of the Plains?
Lords of nothing now.
Men have lost their land to other men, banks, and even the elements of the world. Here's what a rancher says as he herds his cattle away from a fire that's destroying his land.
I ought to just let it turn me to ashes, put me out of my misery. Cut that fence! 21st century, I'm racing a fire to the river with a herd of cattle. And I wonder why my kids won't do this shit for a living. Move 'em!
The land is dying, the new generation is oncoming, and the old ways are dying out. Which leads me to the last way Hell or High Water displays the tension between the old and new. Throughout the film, our main characters Toby and Tanner Howard seem out of time, stuck in between the past and the future. We see this stark contrast play out at the gas station as Tanner watches both the old and new forms of transportation side by side. Even in the casino, our protagonists almost look like time travelers. They're completely out of place as the brightly colored lights bounce off their dusty, muted clothes. The brothers have outdated mindsets and methods that have left them poor. And that's why they rob banks. They want to protect their land and their family from the cancer that is poverty. They're fighting off the future as long as they can. And that's all any of us can do. Fight. Therein lies the difficulty of life. But sooner or later, we all die and become part of the past.
Lord of the Plains. That's me.
It's inevitable.